Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thanks for tuning in to another episode. I appreciate it. Well, guys, I made it. I made it big time. That's it. I'm a working actor now. Just kidding. I wish. Well, let's back up the train here. So I booked something. This is the thing about this industry is you can't really talk about what you do until it comes out. So I don't really know what to say. I don't really want to blow anything, so I'm not going to say too much on here. But it's like a documentary series and like reenactment things. I'm basically playing like one of these characters. And like I have a character name and stuff, and it's moving into the right direction. You know what I mean? And what's really cool about it is they booked me for a week of work, which was awesome because if you're an aspiring actor or an artist yourself, you understand that like when you get a week of work, it's kind of nice, right? You're like, oh, nice, thank God, I can pay my bills. Oh, thank you, I can eat my soup and. Jesus Christ, I don't know what I was going to do next week. You know what I mean? So it's kind of nice. Not that I'm basically what I'm trying to say here is it's nice to book a full week. And when I was on set, man, you start off, there's like 7 of us there, and we're all like talking and stuff and just bonding, talking about everyone obviously there is trying to become an actor, so it's nice. You talk to people that are like-minded like you. Everyone kind of thinks kind of similar. We're all talking about films and we're talking about our favorite actors and like what they do and all this stuff. And it's a lot of fun, man. I really hope everyone can find something that they love to do and just meet like-minded people and just bond over that kind of stuff because, dude, it's like a drug on its own. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, so anyways, been working on that for the past week and it's been a lot of fun. And coming down to the ending of the week, my agent sent me another email and she says, hey, they want you back for another week. So I actually booked another week on top of this. So I'm super stoked about this whole situation, guys. I'm super fucking pumped. It's cool. It's happening. There was this old man on set, and he literally looked like Anthony Hopkins. If you know what Anthony Hopkins looks like, this is what this guy looked like. So he's definitely like a pretty intimidating guy. You know what I mean? Definitely say he's an intimidating guy. And he was probably in his late 50s, maybe early 60s. He might even been 60, late 60s, early 70s. Who knows? But I said to him, I was like, hey, man, so what kind of advice, because he's been acting for a long time. And I was like, hey, man, what kind of advice can you give, a young kid that's just trying to make it in this industry, or just a guy with, 4 years experience doing this? And he's like, honestly, dude, he turned to me, and this is the best advice anyone's ever given me, not even just about this industry, but just in general in life. And it's pretty obvious, but he turned to me, he said, dude, I'm telling you right now, just be yourself. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Don't worry about this person doing this, or this person doing this, or this person, is trying to become like this. Just focus on what you are doing and what you're good at, and just move into that direction. And I don't know. I just thought that was really, I don't know, man, just hit me home a little bit, because there is a lot of times, man, where, there's a lot of times where I don't know, I feel like everyone gets like this, right? We kind of have our ups and downs where we're down one day about our situation and look what we're doing, and maybe it's all a waste of time, and we're grinding super hard at stuff, or whatever it is. It can even be a relationship, maybe you're in the wrong relationship or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, that's like these failures, and I hate to be this guy because these motivational speakers, there's a lot of them out there, and I'm definitely not a motivational speaker. But what I'm trying to say here is you got to take these failures and these attempts, and you got to see them as like wins. You know what I mean? You got to just see them as wins. And if you are down at any time, any point of the day, or any point of the week or the month or whatever it is, just know, man, that it's kind of like temporary. It's just temporary. Like, you're not going to feel like this all the time, And there's a quick fix, dude. Just go to the gym. That's my answer for everything. Just go to the gym, get a nice sweat going, punch the shit out of that bag, or toss some weights around, or even take a yoga class. Go for a little run. Do something that's just going to make you feel better. You know what I mean? Something that's just going to make you feel ultimately better. Anyways, guys, today on the show we have a special guest. Her name is Jelsi. She is a musician, she is an actress, and she is a social media influencer. And if you're trying to get into any of those three things, this is a good episode for you. So please help me welcome Jelsi. You're good to go. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm happy that we finally got the chance to get together after how many months?
I know, it's been a while, right?
We met in that restaurant.
That's how we met, right? We met at a restaurant, like some social media kind of thing, right?
I don't know. I just went to eat food and then...
Oh, you weren't even there for social media stuff?
I wasn't even there for social media stuff. Well, I kind of was, but not really. I went for the free food.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought...
You knew my friend.
I think I just met him that night, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
And then we took a picture together and you're like, come on my podcast.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Crazy. I had the podcast then too. That's wild. Yeah, no, we, so basically we got invited out there to this random restaurant place, to take photos, of this new restaurant or whatever it was, for social media, just put stuff up on the social media. And then I ended up actually getting a job with the company. It's called Safe and Sound. It's a company.
The music.
The music. Well, they actually just run a bunch of nightclubs downtown here.
Like the owner at the restaurant?
The owner of the restaurant, he owns that restaurant, but I guess they're all part of this it's like the Donnelly Group, Safe and Sound Fest. And so basically what I do now is I manage their social media accounts from that day.
Oh yeah, you asked me to attend some music festival, didn't you?
Yeah, well I'm always getting opportunity for influencers in the city to do stuff because they want stuff pushed out or whatever. So I was just well, it's kind of cool having that power now. It's kind of hey, do you want to get paid on social media? It's kind of cool.
That's awesome. Especially I do it for the free food. So
yeah, seriously. So did you start off as an influencer?
No. I don't even want to be known as an influencer. Okay, to be honest.
Why is that? You know what's so weird is this. It's almost like this generation.
Yeah.
Do you remember the beginning of social media where it was cool to be a social media influencer? Yeah. And now is it not?
But it wasn't even they were known as an influencer. They were known to have a talent. Justin Bieber got discovered on YouTube. He was known for music.
Right.
Whereas now you take a pretty photo and you're Instagram famous if you get a crap ton of likes.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people always ask me how I got into it because they want to get into it because they want to make a living off of just posting and traveling on Instagram.
Right.
I don't think it takes much talent to do that.
To do social media stuff?
Which is why No, I mean, you do, but you don't. Do you know what I mean? It's easy money.
Right.
And I don't feel like it takes much talent, so that's why I don't want to be known for that. It's just extra cash for me, I guess. And I am a bit more pickier with specific companies that I work with. I have to be passionate about what they do. And
yeah, you got to believe in what you're selling. I mean, there's a lot of people, and that was I think my biggest fallback from when I first started was I was always selling products that I didn't really care about. I was just they're oh, we'll pay you this much. And I was I just got to talk about this drink. Yeah. Okay. And I never even literally have never tried the drink, and I would talk about it. And as social media, I feel progressed. I mean, people don't really click that follow button as much now, right? It's not. Right. It's a lot harder to
maintain a following.
Well, just gain a following in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I gained 70,000 followers from doing Instagram comedy sketches 2 years ago, and have dropped to 58,000 followers. And dude, I don't really gain much at all because I've obviously switched out of skits. But even if I was still doing sketches, I still think it would be kind of shitty.
Same with me, to be honest. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Everyone fucks up on this thing. It's a tough situation.
But yeah, no, like when I first started on Instagram, I was posting 15-second clips of me singing.
You were
Taylor Swift covers, Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, and their fans would start reposting my 15-second clips, and that's
Right.
how it kind of got viral. And then I started doing full covers on YouTube, and then celebrities started liking them and commenting on them, like Meghan Trainor, Jimmy Kimmel, Soko. And
We're liking your stuff?
well, yeah, and commenting on my stuff on Instagram.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And so my fans at the time were like, you need to start writing your own music.
Right.
And that's kind of how my music career started, was on Instagram.
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah. But I've noticed since I've started doing influencer stuff this year, when I post stuff about, I'm not going to say like specific brands.
No, yeah.
It's not going to get as many likes as if I were to like post a song,
Right.
cover, or
Right.
something like that. Yeah.
And do you find that your followers get annoyed by that shit or what?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't get as many likes or comments. So yeah, I assume that it's not
Yeah.
the best thing, which is why I've pulled back a bit. And I haven't been posting as much
Mm-hmm.
with my influencer stuff.
So so let me get this straight. Let's go back here.
Yeah.
So you started off by posting music on social media.
Like my whole career, like acting,
Yes.
music, everything.
Yes. So you started off like you got Instagram. Were you in acting before that?
I was. I've been
Okay.
acting and singing my entire life, pretty much since I could walk and talk.
Okay.
But I mean, making money off of it. I did book a few things here and there, and then there was like a dry spell where I wasn't auditioning, I wasn't booking, and
How long was the dry spell for?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, I didn't book anything for I think a year and a half.
Really?
Yeah, year and a half, maybe even 2 years, and I got depressed. I got sad, and I was like, how do I cope with this? And so I started singing and writing music, and I'm really grateful. It was like a blessing in disguise, right? So
Did you know you had a voice before that?
I did. I've been singing since I was little, but it was more like singing in the closet. My dad bought me like a karaoke machine when I was little, and I would just lock myself in my room and sing all day.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, singing's like I've definitely, it's funny, I've never wanted to be a singer at all, but like when a song comes on and I know it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to give it some gas here on the voice. And it's so bad. Like, it's so bad. So when I hear a singer, because I feel like singing's something that either you have or you don't, right?
I think anything to do with like arts, like acting, music, even if you're an athlete, I think you're born with it or not. You can take classes to get better, but I think
Yeah, you're
if
right. You're right. I
born
guess
with it.
for when it comes to like acting and performing, it's just something that I just feel like everyone does have that, I guess, but maybe that's just because I think that, I don't know, it just comes, I guess, so easily to me, but that I think that everyone can just do it. But with singing, it's just like such a genetic thing. Like literally, it's a genetic thing in your throat that you're able to do
Right.
that, right?
Yeah.
But I guess it is the same thing for like acting, being a stand-up comedian or whatever. It's just like it's something in you that you wanna give.
yeah,
But you do both,
I do it all.
so that's pretty sweet. You're missing You're missing dancing. Can you dance?
I used to be an intense little ballerina
Oh,
when I
okay.
was younger, but then I quit.
You're one step away from Beyonce.
I'm not good anymore, but I take classes here and there at Harbor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sweet. And so let's talk about your acting career a little bit.
Yeah.
So when did you start, like, actually working as a full-time actress?
I wouldn't even say I'm not full time. Do you know what I mean? I have so many other things going on.
Right.
But about 4 years ago, I started booking. I booked my first supporting lead on a big feature, and then again had a dry spell.
Now hold on, let's back up here because a lot of people, like, you booked your first supporting lead in a feature film.
Yeah,
Like, how fucking pumped were you,
I was pumped, and
dude? When I book a commercial, I'm just like, fuck yeah, no one can stop me. Like, that's my
Yeah.
attitude for like a day.
yeah.
But if I booked a supporting, like, in a feature film, I'd be jumping up and down. Or no?
No, for sure. Like I went down to Toronto. It was my first time shooting out of town. Super excited.
Did you get a hotel and stuff?
I stayed in, I think, some like Airbnb or something like that. I don't remember. It was a really nice place.
Right.
It looked like your place.
Nice, nice.
But honestly, I had a couple years there where it was brutal. Like I booked this supporting role, and then my character got cut out a lot. And then I booked a role on a Hallmark film, and then my role got completely cut out. So it was just like one thing after the next.
You got completely cut out, eh?
Yeah, my character. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, am I not good? Am I not good enough? And again, that's when I started music, was when just shit was
Damn, that's crazy. And then so you started music, and because I feel like music is a tough thing to start.
I think it's way harder than acting.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I always compare like stand-up, like being a stand-up comedian and like acting. And like being a stand-up comedian, you have to actually go out there and the fans determine whether they like you or they don't. Whereas acting, you know, I mean, fans will learn to like you. You know what I mean? You just need to get that thumbs up from the big chief.
Right. Or you can be a really shitty actor but still books.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas singing, I don't think you can be like a really shitty singer.
You can't,
and continue a career.
Right. Well, there's auto-tune, I guess, or I don't know how that stuff works. But so you started doing music, and I mean, how the fuck do you even like? Where do you even start with that?
Again, so I started on Instagram, 15-second clips.
Right.
Went to covers, and then started writing my own music. I pitched it to a bunch of top producers that I really
the city?
wanted. Everywhere, from Australia, England.
And you're just
LA.
tossing emails at them?
Yeah. I was so determined to work with a good producer.
Good for you, man. I love that.
And Ryan Stewart in Vancouver, who's worked with like Carly Rae Jepsen, Headley, Simple Plan, emailed me back and was like, do you want to get in the studio like this week? And so we recorded Need You Now, which got on the radio in Canada and was featured on all of the top playlists on Spotify and Spotify Canada.
Wow.
And then came out with the second single, and then that's kind of how it happened.
That's crazy. And so how many downloads do you, what's good? Like, how do you make money on Spotify?
I wouldn't say Spotify makes me a lot of money.
Right.
But I was really lucky where I got a lot of sales from iTunes, placements on movie soundtracks, and stuff like that. So
wow, sweet.
Royalties are good from that.
So I guess you're obviously trying to push on the music more than...
I think with music I have full control, I feel like, whereas acting, I don't.
That must feel good, right?
I can only do so much. I can memorize my lines. I can go into the audition room and do a really great job, but at the end of the day, I might not look the part. Or I might, I don't know. Whereas music, I write my own music, I co-produce my own music, even my album covers, it's me. I set up a camera and I take my own photos and edit my own photos, get my own interviews for press.
What's the benefit of getting your own interviews?
Exposure. I think that's how I got discovered for placement for on the Spotify playlist.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool, man. Yeah, music's just that's just a different game. Do you find that the city's kind of shitty for it?
Music?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but social media.
Right, so it doesn't even matter where you live anymore.
It doesn't even matter where I live. I can live in China, and it wouldn't matter.
Man, that's so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, music's, I know, at once upon a time I wanted to become a DJ.
Yeah?
I wanted to become a DJ at one point. And then it's just, you get so many people that are doing it. And that's what kind of throws me off about a lot of things, which I've gotten over.
Like the competitiveness?
Just not the competitiveness, that just that everyone wants to do it. For example, when I started this podcast, a month after I started this podcast, it seemed like everyone fucking had a podcast.
Yeah. But you should be...
But that's a good thing because that means the market is high for this.
Right.
Right?
When I first started on Instagram, everybody was like, why are you posting 15-second clips of you singing?
Right. Sorry, I'm just going to get this a little closer.
No worries, sorry.
You can go right in there.
Right in there.
Yeah, right in there.
But...
there you go.
Yeah, people were making fun of me. Literally, they're 15-second clips. Nobody wants to hear 15-second clips. And I just kept doing it.
Yeah.
Like Ruth B.
Who's that?
She's she came out with Lost Boy.
Okay.
She did, I think it was a 5-second Vine clip. Is it 5 seconds on Vine?
I think it was 6 seconds, yeah.
6 seconds. Yeah. And she blew up. And she went viral. And then came out with and did the whole, wrote the entire song for Lost Boy.
Wow.
After that 6-second clip got
right.
Went cray.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
Went
People,
platinum.
you know what the thing is too about this generation is that we have an older generation that likes to tell us a lot of stuff, and they don't really understand social media in any way.
Right.
So there's like, you can't listen to what anyone says to you. You know what I mean? I mean, when I was making those comedy sketches, a lot of people are like, yeah, but dude, your acting is not that great in these. And I was like, well, the acting is, I mean, it's a fucking comedy sketch. What are you even saying? It's not about the acting, really. It's just about the ridiculousness of this, the 1 minute that you just saw.
Exactly.
Or whatever the story that I was trying to tell in that 1 minute, right? But again, if it wasn't for me making those comedy, people said, like, dude, if you want to be a real actor, if you want to be taken seriously, stop those. Like, you want to be taken seriously. And I was like, and I thought about it a lot, right? I always thought about it. But if it wasn't for me making those comedy sketches, I would not be making money off social media. I would not be working at Safe and Sound. I would not be having these opportunities that I have right now, right? It kind of saved me from bussing tables, essentially.
Same with the 15-second clips on Instagram.
Right.
So
it's just like a fancy way of me saying I'm still serving, you know what I mean? Because I'm not doing what I love to do yet.
Right.
You know, I mean, this podcast is sweet, but I'm not making any money off of it. And yeah, it's just a fancy way of me bussing tables and just getting by until, hopefully something picks up.
Well, hopefully someone picks this up.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. For me, I just think that we live in a generation now where everyone has an opportunity to do whatever it is that they want to do. They can't be like you just can't be like a lazy fuck anymore.
That's what I always say. I'm like, you can call me a bad singer, you can call me a bad writer, you can call me a bad actor, but I'm like a fucking hustler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So do you have any goals because you're in between LA a lot, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any, do you want to move there? What's your situation with that?
I do. I'm kind of waiting for my green card, so.
Okay, so you're at that point right now.
But yeah, right now I don't even have a visa, so
right.
It is what it is.
And do you want one?
Yeah,
so if you could move there, you would?
I would move there yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, I love it there so much.
Yeah.
I'm so bored of Vancouver.
Because you're born here though, right?
No. Well, I was born in Victoria, so almost same thing.
Yeah. No, I'm already getting kind of bored of the city too. I just think for when it comes to the film industry itself, there's a great opportunity here.
No, 100%.
You know what I mean?
It's so competitive in LA, way more than it is here.
I know so many people that are there right now, and they just cannot even get that one-liner audition, man.
No, for real. In Vancouver, you go into the audition room and you see the same faces. Whereas in LA, every single time you audition, they're new people.
It's crazy.
And 8 years ago, when I first started auditioning, it wasn't as competitive.
Right.
And now it's influencers, models, YouTubers, they're all actors. Or they get offered the roles because they have a big fan base.
Right.
Yeah.
I was listening to a couple of podcasts actually a couple of days ago about this. Do you think that there's a difference between influencers, social media stars, and traditional actors and whatnot?
Well, talent versus...
Right, for sure. But in terms of do you think it's getting more and more separated? Because you just said, these people that have social media following were able to get these roles on the traditional side. Do you think that as it's going more and more, it's going to get more separated though? No, you don't think so? You think it's going to just merge together? Yeah.
It's all about social media.
Totally.
Especially Instagram.
Isn't that kind of sad though?
It is so sad. But I'm also
I'm not hating on it in any way.
Yeah.
If that's the game, if that's the name of the game, then I will start pumping out content and getting a following. I'm not being that guy that's oh man, that's so lame. Because I know a lot of people that hate on social media because they just don't know how to do it, or classic, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just as a from an artist standpoint, I just think that that's really crazy. If you're an amazing actor, I'm amazing. If you're an amazing actor and you just don't have a large social media following, that's why you didn't get the movie?
No, I don't think so. But I think if there's two actors who are both really talented and they can't pick,
right,
they most likely will pick the person with
the clout.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It is really sad. Yeah. But
Damn.
I've literally been told by casting directors. I've been, to panels and stuff, and they say, a following is really important these days.
Yeah.
Now you're like, you look really deep in thought.
I'm just like,
you look sad now. You're like,
how do I get this up? Man, I was telling you right now, like there was a point where I was on this trajectory to make me and Joey, do you know who Joey is?
Mm-mm.
He's my roommate. He's like the guy who used to make the comedy sketches with me.
At the restaurant, did I meet him?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He's a weird looking dude.
He's a weird looking dude?
No, he's not. I'm just kidding. He's a stud. But we were on this path to be making me and Joey were getting 100 followers almost every couple days. Joey had a fan page made out of him.
That's amazing.
Joey, it was crazy. I mean, we were definitely on our way, and we were going to LA quite a bit. Me and Joey were going to LA quite a bit, collaborating with a lot of people. We were sleeping on these people's couches. Mm-hmm. We would get up in the morning. I remember one morning they got up, and I just was too tired, and they made a video, and that video has right now 15 million views on Facebook. It's the most watched.
You made that?
No, I slept in that day.
What?
I know, right? It's so ridiculous.
Wait, but Joey was in it.
Yeah, I know, right? And that video went viral, and people come up to him and just dude, I watched the video of you, because it's a weed paranoid video where he's smoking weed and cops kind of see him. It's ridiculous, but people come up to him all the time and are like, hey man, I know you from that video, and that's just, it's so cool. But the reason why we stopped, the biggest reason why we stopped, is because we wanted to focus more on actually creating a team. Mm-hmm. Right now, me and Joey are creating this production team essentially,
right?
And we're getting to know a lot of people in the city. There's a lot of talented directors here. There's a lot of writers out here. People just don't understand where to put their energy essentially. Mm-hmm. And I think that if we can form a nice team here in this city, there's no reason why we can't create great projects.
Can you not do that while you're making these?
The thing is, the sketches took up a lot of time. We were making one every single day for over a year.
And how long does one take?
Well, I mean, you shoot it in the morning, so it's 3 or 4 hours, and you got to put it together. It's a couple hours, and then you got to release it, and you want to, there's so much. There was at that point when we were on Instagram, we were using algorithm hacks, and what I mean by that is we would get bigger accounts to like our photos and stuff.
Yeah,
me and Joey would pay bigger accounts. That had 1 million followers to comment on our video. So when the comments on our video, it goes into the explore page of all those 1 million people. Yeah. And it costs us money, and it's
you're paying influencers.
Paying influencers, yeah, exactly. And it just got to a point where I couldn't do that anymore.
That's so sad.
I know, right? But I'm happy now. I'm happy with the path that I'm going. I think long term that this is gonna pay off. I'd rather make one great project every couple of years than make consistent sketches, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For a following, I think the consistent sketches
it is for sure
help a lot.
Yeah.
But
right. Well, that's what I'm hoping with this thing can keep me afloat.
The podcast?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of it's essentially documenting my life, essentially, when you listen to a podcast.
Really?
Well, kind of, man. I mean, if you listen to me all the time, you're going to know what I'm up to, pretty much. True. Always, right?
Yeah, true.
So you've been to Toronto a few times, you're saying?
I've been to Toronto once.
Would you ever consider moving there for film and TV?
I did. I feel like casting directors are bored of me here.
They're bored of you?
I don't know. I mean, I've just been doing it here for so long. They've seen me bomb auditions. They've seen me do really well in the casting room. And I just feel like, moving to a different city with a bit of a resume, with a fan base, I feel like they'd be excited. Do you know what I mean? A fresh face.
Right.
Whereas here, they're just like, oh, it's her again.
Yeah. Isn't that a good thing, though, that people know you or no?
Yeah.
People do want those fresh faces, though, right?
I don't know. Vancouver's also kind of weird where they always rebook the same people.
Is that what it's like here?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Last year, so I was going in for Hallmark a lot, and I was never booking. And then I booked one thing with Hallmark, and then all of a sudden I booked 12 things that year with Hallmark.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really shitty if it's the same people over and over, because
unless you're super young and cute.
Yeah.
You know, like a 13-year-old
Right.
child
Child.
actor.
Yeah.
It's really tough to break it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy when you hear, like, I have a couple of friends, like, when I first moved here, they've been at it for like 7-8 years here, just hustling as actors. You know, they're working as servers and they're just doing their thing. And then you hear, like, kids, like, you know, 19, 20, and they book, like, this thing, and now they're on Riverdale, and it's just, like, their careers have exploded, and it's just like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's wild.
Yeah.
That is, like, that is crazy. I don't even... Yeah. I mean, I guess when I'm, like, 40 years old, and I'm still doing the same thing that I'm doing right now, and, like...
Well, let's not
no,
put that out to the
for
universe.
sure. No, we're not putting that out to the universe. But, like, if a 17-year-old, like, books something, I think I guess I could see how people feel bitter towards them. You know what I mean? I can understand how that's a...
Because you feel like they didn't work for it? They didn't earn it?
It just... I guess it comes out as just not being fair. You know what I mean? Like, imagine you were doing music for, like, 20 years.
People felt that about me, though.
Really?
You know, people who were, like, really struggling and, like, pumping out music and, like, trying to get on the radio, trying to get on these, like, Spotify playlists. And they're like, how the fuck did you do it in, like, overnight?
And then you come around, you're just, boom,
I
kicking down doors.
I guess. I feel like I was just really smart about it.
Did you give, like, a thorough answer to these people? How to do it?
I feel like a lot of people who do it, like for music videos, for instance, they're like, I just want to do it cheaper. I want to do it for free and just like get something out there. I'm like, if it's cheap and free and it looks cheap and free, people aren't going to continue watching it and listening to it. You know, same with music. People, like I have a lot of people that I know that want to work with cheap producers because they don't want to pay $5,000 to get a good song out. And then it sounds like a cheap song.
Right.
You know, you have to invest.
Yeah. You can't make something that's like cheap. You just can't.
Well, you can.
Can you?
I don't know, with your sketches and stuff, like,
you
know, stuff like that.
Totally.
But I think with like music.
That's what I'm saying. With music, like you can't be recording with these kind of microphones.
No.
Like you're going to sound like shit, right?
Like years ago you could, like, you know, YouTube videos and stuff like that, doing covers. But like, I feel like now when you watch YouTube covers on YouTube, it's like professional.
That's what I'm saying, man. Things are evolving quick.
Yeah. It's competitive.
It's super competitive. So you have a YouTube channel?
I barely use it.
Okay, so you don't upload your covers there or anything like that?
Not really, no.
How come?
I don't know. I haven't really... Well, I did. And then I deleted a crap ton of stuff just for rebranding, like on Instagram.
Was it cringy? Were you watching it?
Yes.
I know what you mean.
On Instagram, I was watching my covers and I was like, oh my gosh, I sound terrible. I look terrible. I'm just going to delete all of them. So I literally deleted all my covers. I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 left, but people have reposted them so much that they're still friggin' everywhere.
Wow, that's hilarious. Dude, I know exactly what you mean, the cringy stuff, though. Just rewatching. When you rewatch your shit, it's just it's always going to be just cringy, right?
Even oh God, my not even covers, but like my music videos for my old music.
Yeah.
I can't even watch them. I'm like, what the, like, why was I even doing this? Like, it looks so bad.
What were you doing?
I don't know, like dancing around with like sparklers in this one music video and like this convertible and like everybody's like cheering and screaming and it just looks really, really bad.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing.
That's funny. That's like that girl, remember Friday?
Friday, yeah.
What's this? Is that the song's called?
Friday.
Friday.
Rebecca Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She blew up and then blew down quick, right?
But she was just on what is it, 4 chairs or four seats or something like that.
Is that a show?
Like, singing competition.
Okay, cool.
But she wasn't very good on it.
No.
She didn't make it through the first round.
She didn't make it through,
no.
hey?
No. But I think people are always so impressed no matter what she does because they're like, wow, you're not that bad.
That's
you know?
so funny.
Like, she was good.
Wow, you're not that bad. Yeah, that's so funny.
But I watched an interview on her and she was like talking about how depressed and like, you know, she was in a really dark space after Friday because people were...
Oh man, dude, the entire comment section is just a shit on.
People were like, go die, kill yourself.
And wasn't it like one of the most viewed videos at one point? Mm-hmm. It's so crazy what goes viral, hey?
Well, she probably made a shit ton of money from a shitty song.
Right.
You know?
That's so crazy. Mm-hmm. Well, man, we live in this generation now where people we praise. I mean, that girl that Catch Me Outside. How about that?
What's that?
You remember from Dr. Phil? There's that girl. And she's like, Catch Me Outside. How about that? And she's like really rude to her mom.
Oh, yeah.
And now she's fucking a mega star.
Mm-hmm.
She's like in top billboards and her singing. She's just fucking killing it. I don't know her name, but.
Or that little girl. You know, the little girl that got in a fight with her? Her mom's a real estate agent in Vancouver.
Okay.
And she like goes to all these houses and just starts swearing and then she became viral.
Right.
And she was making a shit ton of money.
Like we're supporting, like people don't understand
Shitty
this,
content.
but we're supporting like bad attitude. And like, I mean, man, if I was 14 years old right now or 13 years old right now and my dedication was to become famous or whatever, and I was seeing all this stuff happen, I'd be like, okay, so I need to be crazy. I need to get tattoos all over my face.
Yeah.
And I just need to be a wild man. And
have
I will
to be
blow
a
up.
wild man.
Well, I just need to do something that's cringy or something that's like crazy, right?
Maybe I
Like
should
put a
just...
dog in a microwave.
No,
like,
my gosh.
I'm just
ew.
saying, like you would blow up though, right? Like it's
Yeah,
not
no.
crazy. That's so sad.
Maybe I just need to repost my old music videos and it'll go viral because they were so cringy. So cringy.
They're probably not that bad. I bet it's just you that.
They aren't that bad, but like they're pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, you're your biggest critic.
But you know, like back then when they first released, I guess it was in because my fans have grown with me, right? So they were little babies when they watched it and they loved it
Oh.
because it's so cheesy.
How do you find that you deal with your fans? Do you even like calling them fans?
I always do this every time I say fans. I don't know why.
Because you just can't say fans that look like a jerk.
Yeah, I know. Like
my
my
fans.
Oh yeah.
You jerk.
But what do you mean? How do I feel about?
Well, how do you like? I don't know. Do you like? I'm sure you get a lot of DMs on Instagram. I'm sure that's where your biggest like communication comes from.
Yeah.
And are you ever just like? Do you reply to everyone? Do you?
I used to, but then I started getting really like
weird ones.
Like I'm gonna commit suicide if you don't message me back.
Hey, what kind of mascara do you wear? Like kind of stuff like that.
No, not like that, but like stuff like I'm gonna jump off the bridge right now if you don't message me back.
Oh, that's.
And if I don't message them back, it's like fuck you, I hate you. Those are clearly not my real fans, but
So do you message them back?
No.
Oh, so you let them jump? That's good. You know. See, if I was put in that situation, I think I have to reply because I'd be like, "Oh man, God."
No, because I've done that, and then
Right.
they just continue messaging you. Like they just continue. The conversation will never end.
Right.
I'm like yelling right now. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You're intense about it. You're getting worked up.
This chair is so annoying. Every time I move, it's like squeaking. I'm just gonna move.
Yeah, just you do whatever you want.
But I feel really close to this mic right now. That's why I feel
no,
you're like.
No, dude. The mic, trust me. When it comes up, when the podcast airs, it sounds good when you're speaking into
Like
it.
pretty much like licking it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like it's weird. I don't get recognized here as much in Vancouver, or maybe people just don't care about me here. But when I go to LA or I'm traveling, I tend to get recognized here and there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I definitely don't know what that's like at all. And I don't think I'd even want that. I don't think I'd even really want that. Because I'd be the guy. I'm telling you now, if I blew up, I'd be the guy picking my nose. I'd be like this, and someone would be like, Zach, I'd be like, oh man, no, caught picking my nose, or like doing something ridiculous.
No, for sure. It's like if I go out in public and I'm not wearing any makeup, I'm like, I don't want to take a photo with you, or I don't want to talk to you right now.
So you get people come up to you to ask to take a photo with you and
Sometimes,
stuff?
yeah. Sometimes it doesn't happen like a lot, but it does happen.
That's a weird thing. Hey, take a photo with me. Take a photo with me. I don't really care about you, but I just want to put it on my social media because it's cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. If they like come up to me and they're like, "Can I just have a photo with you?" I'm like, "What's your name?"
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
So, but most people are pretty like nice, and they.
Do you ever ask like, "What's your favorite song?"
Sometimes, yeah. Or they'll come
Little
up to me and they'll
feedback?
be like, "Oh, aren't you that girl on Hallmark?" Or the worst is like, "Are you that Instagram? Are you on Instagram? You're the Instagram girl." I'm like, "Oh God, I don't want to be Insta famous."
Yeah.
Again, it's same with like.
There's not a lot of Instagram people here though.
No,
So to hear you are like a big deal, right?
a big deal. I wouldn't say I'm a big deal, but
Kind of.
no,
You get the blue check mark. That means you're certified. You're a certified famous person.
verified.
Verified. Certified, yeah.
Certified. You're certified.
Famous. That's hilarious. What is that? Like, how did you, because it's serious. Like when you get that check mark there and you're dropping comments.
Yeah.
And people see that check mark next to your name. They're like, oh shit, this person's legit.
She must be like important.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Check mark's just a check mark. Oh my God, my mascara is like running down. Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah.
How do you even, how does that happen?
Appeared.
It just appears.
Like back then, it was so different back then.
Right.
Whereas now, apparently you can, I don't know, can you buy it? I don't think you can buy it, to be honest. But, yeah, it just kind of showed up one morning. And I was like, what the fuck?
Well, if you ever want to give it up, I'll take it off your hands.
Yeah, certified.
Make me a certified podcaster.
Instagrammer. That's funny.
Okay, so let's go back to this picture
By the way, are you going to be cutting this?
No, not once.
Shut up.
No, this is a free flow conversation.
Great.
Yeah. Have you ever listened to a podcast before?
Yeah, but they cut and paste.
Those people are fake.
Great.
Well, I don't mean to shit on their podcast. I just like to have a free flow conversation.
I'm just so bad at live stuff. I'm like,
it's okay. Well, it's not live.
Well, not live stuff.
Like if you said a bad word right now, like something that you're like, yo, Zach, you really need to cut that out. I'd be like, first of all, fuck you. I'll do it, but I have to edit this now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty lazy when it comes to I
just mumble a lot.
No, dude, you're doing great.
Really?
Yeah, and you look great. Look at this.
I can't even see. I was trying to look at myself.
You look great.
Ew. Thanks.
Ew. Okay, so a lot of people listening to this episode right now are probably, social media people. And they obviously want to get to your level or they want to start making money because you're full-time into this. Like, this is what you do full-time. Like, that is, like, think about that real quick. Like, think about when you were 13 years old and saying what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you're whatever age now and you're making money doing this.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
That is fucking amazing.
It blows my mind that an Instagram post can pay my bills. Like it does blow my mind.
Like that is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, I feel really.
Is it the same
grateful.
now? Is it the same amount of money every single month? Like how does that work? Does
it
fluctuate?
It fluctuates a lot, but I also feel like because I've been so financially stable this year, or the past couple of years, it's made me a little lazier, in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Not really.
I mean, I'm still hustling. But I feel comfortable, where I'm not struggling to try to
comfy.
Figure out. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah. But, when I have dry spells, that's when I'm like, okay, I need to write a new fucking song. Yeah,
getting comfortable is that's like the artist.
I don't feel like I'm comfortable. I just feel like
you look comfortable.
Yeah?
No, I'm just kidding.
I just feel like, but then again, when I'm working a lot, that's when I'm comfortable, which doesn't make any sense.
Well, to me, it sounds like you're just a born hustler.
I'm a fucking hustler.
Like you're just like you can tell like you just no matter what, even if dude you were living in Paris, right? Not to say that Paris has a disadvantage. That's all I'm saying. But it could have been any time. This could have been 1950. Social media could not be a thing at all. You would make it.
Yeah.
Like your mindset, who you are. It's just something that you're born with. You're born with this mentality. You're a go-getter.
I feel like everything I've ever wanted in life has always happened.
Always happened. Yeah.
Always, because I've just done it till it happened.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because everyone thinks that back then I had a major team. Like they're like, who do you work with in the studio? I'm like, I literally have one producer. That's it. I write all my own music. I pitch my own projects. Like I'm always just making it happen on my own. They're like, well, who takes your photos for your album covers? Me. Who edits them? Me. How do you get interviews? Me. How do you get on the radio? Me. I pitch it.
Yeah. Do you feel comfortable telling people, I don't want to say that's like your secret, but are you comfortable just telling people how it is, what it is?
Like that I hustle for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of artists that do hustle for it and just kind of play it off like they just got discovered or they're just super talented. You know what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm. No, I want people to know that I hustle.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people that don't know me. They're like, oh, she probably has rich Asian parents who paid for her to, I don't know.
Right.
Get discovered.
Right. Which, can that even happen though?
Like pay a shit ton of money to get on the radio, or like pay, I don't know, if you have the money can get you things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And knowing people can get you things.
Yeah. Definitely knowing people is the biggest thing. That's something that I've actually learned a lot this year.
Yeah. Networking.
Just like you hear the word networking, and I've been networking my whole life. I mean, I'm sure you have too. But I didn't really understand it till this year and what it really means.
What do you mean?
Like, okay. As a stand-up, going back to this kind of thing, but as a stand-up comedian, or as a singer, or as a writer, or having a podcast, you're kind of an individual person. Like you're an individual. It's an individual piece, right? So you're able to excel as much as you put into it, essentially, right? I mean, there's obviously there's like the chance that someone can discover you or whatever that stuff can all happen. But the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it, essentially.
Right.
When it comes to acting, when it comes to being an actor, it's more of an ensemble piece.
Right.
So you're more of a person. You're an actor in a corner, and what you bring to the table is like a piece of the puzzle. And then you need to find a team that you can work with to move up on, and then you find another team or whatever it is, but you need to be, it's very team building, and it's a collaboration process, essentially, right? And it took me a really long time to really understand what that meant, which it sounds pretty obvious. Like if you're an actor, then like you're just an actor and you go act in people's projects and whatever. But yeah, just like this year, just really discovering how to really build a team and help out people and just like give and don't expect stuff back. You know what I mean? Was something that like is really taken a while for me to learn, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think one thing that I've learned is like for the longest time, I was only relying on acting. And that's when it didn't happen. And I feel like a lot of people in town, all they do is act. They're like, act. I rely on auditions, and that's it. And that's when it doesn't happen. And for me, when I started writing, I started doing music, I started social media, I started doing influencer stuff. Like, I feel like that's when like acting happened.
Isn't that crazy how it works?
You know, I feel like you can't just be focused on one thing.
You can't be focused on one thing in this generation anymore.
And it's like 1 in a million. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's always going to be someone working harder than you, and there's always going to be someone that's more talented than you, and you just have to like do more than just one thing to make you stand out.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. No, it's, I mean, that's it right there. If you imagine it, you can create it. If you dream it, you can become it. I'm surprised you didn't see that when you came in. I thought you were going to say something about that for sure.
Really? Why?
I don't know.
Is that why it's there?
It screams you, I think.
Did you put that there just for me?
No, I didn't. But everyone hates my Joey. He thinks it's like, dude, it looks like something
cheesy.
you'd post in your grandma, like your grandma would post
It
out
totally
her kitchen.
does.
Yeah. But I believe in that, man.
Did you get it from a garage sale?
I got it. I went to where did I go? I went to Victoria for the first time.
Oh, cool. When?
Beautiful.
That's where I grew up.
So nice. I can't even believe it. It's like Hawaii meets Vancouver. No, I went too far there.
You went too far.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's cute though. It's like very little, like downtown, the Inner Harbor. It's it's magical. Like it's a great little getaway, and it's a great place to grow up and retire. But in between, when you're trying to figure out your career, it's just not a good place. It's boring. There's not much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always call it a small town, and people are like, "Hey, it's a city. It's not small." But I'm like, it's fucking small.
Is it smaller than here?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my gosh, it's tiny compared to here.
Well, dude, here's pretty small too. I run into the same people all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm literally seeing this. I'm like, oh, I saw this guy at an audition a couple days ago. Like, what are the chances? And then I'll run into like a casting director and whatever it is, right? I can just keep running into the same people. I'm just like, how fucking big is this city really?
It's tiny.
It's tiny, man.
It's tiny.
Like compared to like Toronto, right?
Yeah, but especially if you're in the industry here, like everybody knows each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a small, very small
community.
How are you in? Like, are you in a relationship at all?
I'm happy.
Nice, good answer. Well, I was going to ask you because I feel like a lot of this is the biggest thing with like being a hustler is balancing a relationship.
It's tough.
Yeah. Because are you the kind of person? Because I know a few people like this. Are you the kind of person that will go super hard at what they do, which is what you're doing, music, acting, stuff like that. You'll go super hard, but you'll kind of neglect your personal life, like your friends, your relationship.
No. But I do find sometimes I start slipping from my career.
Right.
But when I find myself slipping is like when I pull back a little bit from the relationship.
Okay, sweet.
A little bit.
Right.
But when I'm in a relationship, I tend to kind of fall hard, and that kind of becomes a priority. But I also feel like my priorities have shifted the past couple of years where I am getting to the age, I'm not like super old or anything, but I do want to, find that person, and I do want to have a family, but I really want to get to know that person before I like rush into that kind of stuff. Of
course, yeah.
Whereas before, I'm like, fuck relationships, I just want my career. I just want that to happen.
Right.
And then,
Wow, yeah. No, I mean, I totally get it. And I think just having like a strong relationship is, I think it's almost sometimes could be the key to a lot of situations. Because, I mean, when you're always just fucking going, like you're always just working and you're talking about this and you're fucking doing this and you're living and breathing it, and all of a sudden it's just like, there's after 4 or 5 days of that, man, you just need a time off. You just need some community.
Also, like when you have so many exciting things happening in your life, it sucks to not have someone to share it with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
But a majority, if not all, my relationships have been long distance. So
interesting.
I know, right? So I do get that space.
Okay. Where usually?
Where have I had relationships? Los Angeles, a lot.
Trying to get that green card?
No. Yes. Los Angeles, Toronto, Victoria.
Yeah.
I dated someone in Burnaby once, and that felt like a fucking long distance relationship.
Interesting.
That didn't last very long.
No, I didn't imagine it would.
But yeah, also like I find that with relationships, they have to be a hustler too. If they start getting lazy, I find that like I get turned off.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
I dated someone where they had passion, but they didn't have drive.
Right.
And they almost expected it to just happen on its own.
Like it seemed like they were kind of like banking on you to make it, kind of thing.
No, like they had it easy where they got discovered, and then they like booked a bunch of stuff, and then they had a major dry spell, and they just got lazy.
Right.
And oh God, I hope he doesn't watch this.
I'm sure he won't.
I don't know.
Maybe he will.
But
get your shit together, dude. That's what we're trying to say to you.
Literally.
Yeah.
Or bye, Felicia.
Yeah, bye, Felicia.
But yeah, I mean, it's tough finding someone that has the same work ethic, you know?
I think the minute that you stop looking for that kind of stuff is when you find it, though. Again, just going back to the thing that you said about acting, the minute that you stop relying on just acting happening is when an acting started to happen for you.
For sure. True. But yeah.
Just live your fucking life. Just live it. Just live it, man. Just do what you want to do, live it, hustle, and things will start to come to you.
Yeah. And also, relationships always inspire my lyrics, so.
They do, hey?
They do.
You get like a little lovey in there?
Got a little what?
You get a little lovey. You just get like a little bit like of a, you get the butterflies going. You kind of just want to.
I actually, honestly, always, I get the most inspired when I'm heartbroken. A lot of my, yeah. Aw.
That's sad.
Like, Should Have Known Better, I wrote on a plane back from Malaysia sobbing. But that's my top song. That's my top seller. And it's been added to like thousands of breakup playlists on Spotify.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty inspiring, actually.
Yeah. And same with High Again, my most recent single that I released. It's about just, the whole concept of the song is I'd rather feel something than nothing at all.
Wow.
So deep, right?
Yeah.
And then the song before that, You Get to Know All My Secrets. Need You Now is like, just like really longing for that person, long distance. And Wildfire, I think, has been my only song. Literally. Wildfire has been my only song where it's about love, like not being broken. It's about like the honeymoon stage, the beginning stages.
So when when you're feeling it, like inside of you,
Yeah.
and you're just obviously like you're just so happy, you're just